You might not get $100,000 a year to make fries, but what you did get is a habit that you can apply to other areas of your life that will make you $100,000 or more a year. Because how you do anything is how you do everything. If you're a CEO or wanting to run a business right now, and let's say you're working for someone else and you want to be a CEO one day and you want to take the opportunity of the situation you're in to soak up every bit of skill that you can. I know I won't keep everybody. I know not everybody's going to stay here. Right. But my goal is for them to leave here and say, dude, I learned more at that fucking job than I've ever learned at school, than I've ever learned at another job, that I've ever learned from a coach or a mentor. I am so thankful I had that opportunity to work there because it set me up to be successful other places. The funny thing is a lot of guys won't do that because they're like, well, what if I teach them and then they get too good and then they leave? That's scarcity mentality. And the funny thing is they'll leave anyway because you're not teaching them. So when you put it upon yourself to become a fucking true coach and mentor for your team, to teach them the skills, guess what happens? They become loyal to you anyway. So they don't go anywhere. Right. You actually keep them longer and they do a better job. And the business grows. Yeah. The business grows and you will pay them more than what they're worth because you're so happy for what they're contributing. But you know where that comes from, right? When people are so scarcity mindedness, I figured this out. Scarcity mindedness and the unwillingness to invest in your employees and make them team members is from their own lack of self-esteem and self-image. In other words, how they feel about themselves and how they feel others view them. Right. When people have low self-esteem, low self-image, they start getting scarcity-minded. They contract instead of... And they project power. Exactly. Instead of empowerment. Yeah. Right. Their greed glands begin to secrete. Everything's right. All those things. And so very first thing anyone can do listening to this, if you're making $600,000 or $6 million and you want to 10x that, work on your self-esteem, work on your self-image, communicate well, become decisive, build a team instead of employees. And when you do that, you're actually building an empire. And what the fuck is wrong with leaving people better than you found them? That's the right thing to do. How great is that? You empower people. They do good in your work, in your workplace. And then when they're ready to leave, they're better humans than when they showed up here. Right. And there's not animosity or any of this other shit. It becomes a network. I think the biggest key as a leader is to seriously just be okay with people knowing that you don't fucking know everything. Like, dude, it takes down your shield. It takes down that sense that I have to be the fucking hero. And instead, it makes you vulnerable and people will see you as a human and not as some dude who's trying to flex on them and make them work or be. But, dude, this is a fine line to fucking cross because I've had people tell me before, dude, you just fucking hard on me because you want to make more money and sell more shit. No fucking shit. This is a business. Right. I'm hard on you because if you do better, we can make more money. Right. That means you and me. The way to sell the most shit is to actually do good to people, solve their problems, provide a product that benefits them, help them find a solution, help them be better. And guess what? You make a lot more fucking money. But let me just say something, Vaughn, where you were talking about, since majority of the listeners here are still working for someone. If you're working for an entrepreneur who is cut from the same cloth, let's say Andy is and Gary Vaynerchuk, and I'll humbly throw myself in that, where I care about their self-development. I run high-performance workshops, not for just my customers and clients who pay me, but for my own team. I'll pull them downstairs into our learning center and, hey, we're going to spend the day running high-performance work. If you are working for someone who actually cares for you, it's okay. Maybe you're not meant to be an entrepreneur. It's okay to be an intrapreneur in their world. Dude, that's a great word. 7 to 8% statistically are actual entrepreneurs. Yeah. Okay, that includes people who own franchises. All right. The rest of everybody is going to work for someone forever. Right. Now, taking the entrepreneurial, all the shit we said just now can all be converted inside of a company, an entrepreneur. I love that. I'm going to start using that. I always tell people this. Hey, what kind of entrepreneur do you want to be? Well, I want to be a kind of entrepreneur that makes a shit ton of money and makes a big impact. Everyone always talks about income and impact. I go, all right. So what does that mean? Well, I'm going to have a good team and vision and all that. So then what are you doing? What you're really saying is you're going to go to war and you're going to crush and dominate. And so you're going to go to war. You're probably going to take fighter jets with you. And let's say if there's a squadron of 5 fighter jets, but one of them is a crop duster, is not meant to go to battle. You can't just duct tape a fucking bomb on a crop duster. Is that crop duster going to do any good for those fighter jets? No. Then they have to be cut off. And so you got to train yourself from a crop duster to a fighter jet by not hitting the snooze button, caring about your health, about your mental state, and all that stuff. Go from a crop duster mentality into a fighter jet mentality, because being an entrepreneur is a war. If you're somebody who's really good at following a diet and you're in great shape and you've built your body and you've done that, those same fucking principles will build you money. You know what I mean? It's a universal concept. Entrepreneurship is really about, to me, being accountable for your own actions.
Disciplined, consistent, accountable over time, right? You and I can't go, let's say we were the fat kids that we were back then.
Right.
We can't go and have one amazing badass workout and one amazing high protein, low fat meal and go, ta-da, we're now lean and jacked.
Right.
It's time under tension over a long period of time. It's consistency.
And it just so happens that career usually takes a lot longer than fitness does.
It does. Career does take a lot longer because
so
there's
it's
also
frustrating, right? Because like people who have never had success before. I remember this when I was not making any money and I was struggling. Like I chose to believe that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And part of me had to believe it because I didn't have any other options. But it's hard for somebody who's never achieved success to understand that if you keep pressing and you keep winning day by day by day by day, that the results are going to come. But they assign it to like some mystical force, like, oh dude, my outcome's going to be luck, or it's going to be God, or it's going to be the success fairy, or whatever it is. And they look at people who are successful and they think to themselves, will I ever be one of the chosen few that gets to be successful? Will I make it? And the funny thing is like when you get on the other side of like making a little bit of money and having a little bit of success, you can clearly see the formula.
Yeah.
You know? It's not luck.
That's actually a very good point. You never know what a relationship is going to spawn into. But if he's like, hey, I'm only going to do the ghostwriting or whatever that I'm hired for, and I'm just going to meet the expectations and not exceed it, then Andy's going to go, oh, well, I thought about starting a publishing company, but I don't think he's the guy who's going to be sitting in that captain's seat.
Right.
On the flip side, you show me that you actually met my expectations and went far past it. Holy fuck, I just might start a publishing company and start publishing and create another multi-million-dollar company. Entrepreneurs are built for fucking winter. And sometimes you shouldn't envy us because we are willing to go through pain. We let our families suffer.
Right.
We let our friends suffer. There's a dear friend of mine I didn't see for 8 years when I was building my empire. But the moment we saw each other again and started surfing again, it was like we left off where we started off where we left off.
Right.
And he was like, but it's rare to have a friend like that. Most people are like, bro, you sold out, you're gone. So entrepreneurs are built for the winter. And I don't want most people to go through the pain that we've gone through because it's fucking horrible. The red flags are this, man. If you can run a Facebook and an Instagram ad right now and you know how to target an audience, which is pretty simple to do because you can watch 3 YouTube videos that teach you how to run a Facebook ad, and you can change your setting on Instagram or Facebook to public figure or entrepreneur or coach. I look at someone who's got their setting set to public figure and then they have like 123 followers.
Right.
How did you become a public figure? I don't want to sound like an asshole.
No,
here,
it's the truth.
But how did you become a public figure? You know what a public figure is? Fucking Ronald Reagan is a public figure. Fucking
right.
You know what I mean? Like Brad Pitt is a public figure.
Right.
I'm an entrepreneur at best. And so I just flicked that little thing. And I finally allowed myself to even flick that when I was like, okay, I've made $5 million a year consistently for a few years. I think I'm going to keep this. Because for the first year, you're like, this was a fluke.
Right.
I'm being honest with you. Most entrepreneurs will think that. They won't say it out loud.
Right.
But when you hit a home run, you're like, that was a fluke.
No, bro, because every year you keep making it, you're scared for the year it ain't coming.
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
I get it, dude. Trust me.
So
Why do you
know
think I'm so fucking intense.
And by the way, the reason these people are actually fooled by them is, oh, they charge less. They charge less because
they don't have as much to offer.
They don't have anything to offer. Yeah. And so just ask them, give me 4 referrals. Hey, you're going to teach me how to be successful with growing an Instagram following or growing a supplement company or a franchise? Show me 4 referrals. If they can't show you 4 referrals that I can get on the phone and talk to, fuck you.
Right.
I'm not going to give you my money.
Right.
Because I've bled. I've almost lost my marriage. My kids fucking almost didn't know who the fuck I was.
Yeah.
I know what it takes to build a business and maintain an empire.
Right.
Cryptocurrency, any motherfucker can make money in cryptocurrency right now.
Right.
Let's see where you are 10 years from now.
Right.
That to me is the entrepreneur, not the guy who just fucking went all in on cryptocurrency because it's on the upswing.
Right.
And I'll tell you why that is. That mentality is always
it's to get rich quick.
Yeah.
It's
to get rich quick
shit.
because they don't believe in themselves and it's the grass is greener on the other side. No, motherfucker, the grass is greener where you water it.
Dude,
you spent years watering this grass and that's why we're in this amazing
office. It's a fucking
office.
hype machine, okay? I've sat on the panel with fucking the crypto gods, okay? I've sat on their panels. I ask them very simple questions. You know what I'm saying? How can Bitcoin become a real fucking currency if it's always changing and you're trying to equate it to a dollar amount so people know what to charge? And they're like, well, it changes every day. I'm like, so how is somebody supposed to price their shit? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Well, the Bitcoin's going to be worth $1 billion. It's going to put money out of fucking business. Well, if it's going to be worth $1 billion and and you're equating it to dollars, and it's going to put money out of business, doesn't that mean Bitcoin's going to be worth zero? A lot of people who are in Bitcoin talking about how great fucking Bitcoin is because they're heavily invested in it,
right?
Which gets people interested. They put more money, and what happens to the Bitcoin? It fucking goes up.
I remember a scheme called the pyramid a long time ago. I'm not saying there's a pyramid scheme.
Yeah.
I'm just letting you know that it smells like that.
Look, bro, I'm not saying it won't be worth $100,000 a coin. It might be, but the quick fucking influx of money and shit, all that has to do with is fucking hype. I'm gonna be a fucking billionaire. It's the dream, dude. It's the best fucking opportunity that's come along in the last fucking 15 years to get a lot of money quickly. So why the fuck aren't people jumping in it? I would jump in it and put all my money in it too and be taking profits out if I didn't own a real company that I can make more money with doing that. I am playing the long fucking game, right?
That's what they're afraid of, is the long game, because it takes work, ethic, commitment.
And dude, if I take $100,000 or $500,000 or whatever the fuck I take and throw it into Bitcoin, I'm confident and I believe that if I take that same amount and I apply it to my business, I will do better long term. I know I will. I would almost be disappointed if I put $500,000 into Bitcoin and it turned into 5 million. I'd be like, fuck.
Yeah.
Like, I would have rather done it on my own. I know you probably can't relate to the mentality because you're not in my position, but I promise you, I just love the game. Real entrepreneurs, it's a fucking game.
Yep.
It's fucking chess. And you're trying to win the fucking game.
And money is a point system.
That's
and I've been saying that to my wife for
Right.
so many years now. It's just, how many points do we have in the bank now?
Right.
And what can we do with those points?
I know this too, dude. I've never made an easy dollar. I've never made an easy dollar. Every fucking dollar I made, I've earned. And like, you know what? Every time I've personally gone for the easy dollar, you know what happened? I fucking lost.
Yep.
And I value the worth the worth I have on myself by being a fucking true business entrepreneur operator. I value that. You know what I mean?
Dude,
the best thing that you have about you isn't the money you make. It's the skills you have.
The experiences I've built. Yeah.
Right. And like, dude, I guarantee if I ask you like, hey, Bedros, what are you most proud of? It's not going to be your fucking bank account. It's who you've become.
Yeah.
But when you've gone through the fucking shit and you've come out the other side and you've learned all these skills and you've learned all, dude, I wouldn't trade that for fucking anything. And so I guess that's why like I don't want to make a quick dollar.
You learn to manage your money when you
don't have any.
When you don't have any,
right.
And it hurts and you lose it, and every single one of those experiences is a battle scar that helps you then manage it when you have it.
Right.
I'm so thankful that I didn't get it overnight, because if I got it overnight, I would have lost it.
Dude, for sure.
Yeah. So the first time we hit a home run, speaking of a home run, I bought a pygmy goat for my little dog. What the fuck am I going to do with a pygmy goat in Southern California? I bought a pygmy goat, and then because we have a lot of coyotes, our property backs into a state park, I built a giant habitat, twice the size of this, like a full-on cage, like a zoo, and the rocks that they can climb on because they're goats and they need to climb on rocks. And the whole thing ended up costing us like over $20,000.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I went on business trips, and my wife's like, hey, this goat shits everywhere, and coyotes and bobcats are coming to our backyard trying to eat it, and you got to get rid of it. So and I got to tell you, the first money came to me easily. Came to me, like the first big chunk like that came to me easily, and that's how I squandered it. Since then, I'm like, is this going to be another goat habitat? Fuck no, it's not. Everything now I put it through the goat habitat acid test.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
dude. That's
because now I earn
funny.
it.
We all have our own little tests like that, for sure.
Hey, and then there's that, right? How you said, like, I want to employ people. Like, I enjoy walking into our HQ and seeing our team of, 42, 43 people, and walking by their department like, hey, what's up, fellas, in the operation.
Dude.
I also enjoy that.
Too.
And maybe it's because I didn't have a lot of friends in high school.
Team, bro.
It's like
your team. Like, you come in, dude, I think if you ask most people in this building if they feel like they come to work every day, they would say no. Like, it's like hanging out.
That's what you want.
Yeah, like I'm surprised that we get the shit done that we do, because it seems like nobody's ever doing anything.
Right.
But the shit gets done.
But it's an issue of fulfillment. Buying those cars isn't fulfillment.
Right.
Employing these guys, building a team, overcoming challenges and obstacles together, getting to the next level like a video game. That's what I
wouldn't be able to do. How would I do that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I would be so bored.
This is what we learned about German Shepherds, is that they are process driven. They need some kind of purpose. If they don't have a purpose and a process on a daily basis, they're going to get into depression. I looked up German Shepherds. Sure enough, German Shepherds.
Working breed.
Yeah, exactly. And I realized, holy fuck, we're like German Shepherds. All humans are like German Shepherds. And then I realized this is why this day and age, the prescription drugs for like antidepressants and mood altering drugs prescriptions are like higher than ever, because most people aren't living a purpose. Like, I want to come to work and have challenges and problems and then build solutions with it with my team, and then go to the pub, which is across the street, and celebrate with them that we fucking overcame the Federal Trade Commission who was auditing us because we grew too quickly. Right? And if I win the Bitcoin lottery, and nothing against the Bitcoin people, but if I win the Bitcoin lottery, I want it. It's by myself. There's no solution that I have to provide. There's no team that I have to overcome a challenge.
Skills you learn.
Yeah, I need a daily purpose, man. I'm like that fucking dog, and I think most people are. It's just our
Dude,
Greek
they don't know it, though.
But they don't know it.